distinguished friends and colleagues. I was invited to this stage, and I am protected by our President Putin. Last year, he issued an order to celebrate the centenary of Alexander Zinoviev, and I am protected by this instruction. And it's not just be an order. 16 years ago, on the 10th of May, when Alexander Zinoviev passed away, I could not imagine how difficult it will be for him in this afterlife, and how difficult it will be to commemorate his activities. We are celebrating his centenary this year, and there were three things that he warned all of us about. And he was a major thinker of the 20th and the 21st century. The Russian literature classic wrote, "We Russians should abandon all the illusions about the 21st century. This will not be a century of prosperity and entertainment. It will be the century of fighting for survival and for protecting themselves from being dominated by others." And the Western society will try to impose its values on Russia. It depends on all of us whether our people will be able to put forward enough brave and honest leaders. Will our authorities be able to support the fight of those people? Will the authority and intellectual elite be with their people or not? Russia will need to be smarter than the West. The second point, the patriarch of Russian social science and the father of the theory of super society, what Zinoviev wrote was that the main event of the 21st century will be the war of the West to eliminate China and Asian communism. The super society of the West views Russia as a partner and as a weapon against Asian communism and China in the first place. They plan this clash against us. And the third point, in 2002, Prophet Alexander Zinoviev made his main warning. The Russian tragedy is not over yet. There's still third stage yet to come, the most terrible one. And the meaning of this part of the project is the efforts to eliminate the Russians from the history of humanity, to make it such as if such great nation never lived on earth. This writing Russians off the pages of history has already started. Zinoviev also had a very firm position on Yugoslavia, and he denied and rejected the Nobel Prize for Literature. The West is trying to manipulate the evolution of society, as Zinoviev called it. And one of the manifestations of that process is how they turned Ukraine into anti-Russia, how they used the Yugoslavia scenario to make the two countries enemies. Henry Kissinger, in the late 1960s, and originated that idea to separate China and Russia. 2 weeks ago, this person, who is 98 years old, he said that we shouldn't be bringing Russia and China together. And in the West, now they're forming this agenda of forgiving Russia as if it lost the Cold War again. We shouldn't allow that. We should give three responses to those challenges. First of all, we need to preserve Russia as a historic country, important in the history of the society. We need to preserve the friendship between Russia and China. And the third point is we need to oppose any attempts of the fifth column and traitors of all kinds to put Russia into a position when it's dominated by the West. We need to oppose the West, and only that will help us stop colonialism of the West and the West-centric world. All those tasks are huge. They are as important as the Soviet atomic or military projects. We need to oppose the dehumanization of global culture. And finally, time has come for all of us to unite around that purpose. It's the moment for the real historic reconciliation. All Russian forces have to unite against this danger of destruction of our country, whether you are monarchist or Eurasian or liberal or a patriot. Even if you are ashamed of your country, if you are immigrants, we're all part of Russia's human anthill. And time has come when we need to use the rules and regulations of Nuremberg trial. We cannot show mercy to Nazis at the expense of Russian soldiers and Russian citizens. It's time for real unity and solidarity. Only then we will be able to withstand and oppose Russophobia, the Fifth Channel, the foreign agents, and all those tools of the West. We will not allow Russia to be engulfed by this global Leviathan. We will preserve and save Russia's civilization and culture. Thank you very much.